Hello from the beach in Haifa, Israel, where Jews and Arabs are actually able to live in peace together and live our lives without the tension of all the holy sites in Jerusalem. Um, Actually, in Haifa, four religions are able to live peacefully together: Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and also Baha'ism and atheism, if that counts. So we're all able to live in peace here. I've lived here during my student years when I studied sound production with Arabs and Jews together. And I still have very good friends from that time, if they're still speaking to me, because many of them have also been influenced by this propaganda to take this vaccine and call us anti-vaxxers and all that. The reason I'm on the beach is because I'm banned from every restaurant and every other public place, and I've been fired from both my jobs. So I figured, why not just go on the train as long as I'm still allowed to go there, and go to the beach and sit here and meditate and talk to you and show that things are still good here in Israel, especially from someone who came from Soviet Russia and has seen communism and totalitarianism. And I mean, this is a bubble, and soon it'll pop. Like I told my grandmother. My grandmother was advised by me not to take the Fauci ouchie when they were all forced to take it in the nursing home. And we basically insisted that they didn't give her the shot. So she said right after Israel made it look as if the jabs were working and everything was fine, which is all obviously a lie and manipulated statistics, she said, well, you were wrong, can't you see it? And I said, this is a bubble and it'll pop very soon and you will see it. So when the bubble popped and they started talking about the Delta variant and the third jab, and when they banned everyone from entering restaurants, even sitting outside, and now our health minister even admitted that the reason they're not allowing us to sit outside is not because of quote-unquote science, but because they have to make us take the Fauci ouchie. By the way, this is a YouTuber named Salty Cracker who coined this term, and it's my favorite term for the forbidden word. The reason I'm using the forbidden word is because last time I made two videos. One was the one where I said everything I wanted to say, and the other one was just so that I could link to two interviews, one with Vera Sharav and the other with Dr. Zelenko. And YouTube removed my video because I ended it with the words, whatever you do, don't take the Fauci ouchie. So now I'm forced to use different terms. Honestly, I'm flattered because when I made the first video about this stuff in December 2020, today is September 13th, 2021, I used the forbidden word, and YouTube hasn't taken it down just yet. So thankfully people are able to still find it and see what's happening in Israel. But now I'm actually on the map, so apparently I'm a YouTuber now, despite really hating making these YouTube videos. So I guess I'll keep making them for as long as I'm able to, especially since now I'm blocked on Facebook for a week. And what else can I tell you? We were sold into modern day slavery. It's almost unheard of, especially in the modern era, that a democratically elected leader goes to a commercial pharmaceutical company and sells all of his citizens to take part in an experiment, to be injected with an experimental gene therapy without their consent and even without them being able to see the contract. The only parallel I can see is when people used to sell slaves to each other, not just black people in America, but you should see the Islamic slave traders and all that, where people would sell slaves, women, children, men, anyone, and they would castrate them against their will, and they would sell them to be used as human guinea pigs and, I don't know, basically as animals. And we're not able to see the contract because it's been declared to be a secret for 30 years. And then the government decided, I can't verify this piece of information, but the government said that because there were intelligence agents present at this meeting where they decided to seal the contract for 30 years, it'll now be sealed for 90 years. 90 years. 9, 10. So the last time this happened was when a eugenicist named Chaim Shiba, Dr. Chaim Shiba, who's the header of a hospital in Tel Aviv. I'm not sure, sorry, I'm blanking on the terms, but a hospital in Tel Aviv is named after him, the Shiba Tel HaShomer Hospital, and he is responsible for irradiating the heads of Sephardic Jews when they came to Israel, Sephardic Jewish children, under the false pretense that they had this sort of a fungus on their heads. And the only way to cure fungus, as you know, is basically to shave their heads and irradiate them with radiation machines that came from the Rockefeller Foundation in the USA. These children died from cancer and they suffered terribly, tremendously. And if you talk about critical race theory and all that, which I never supported, if you talk about this, then the people who have been mistreated and have been victims of eugenics in Israel are actually Sephardic Jews by a few powerful Ashkenazi Jews and those who were on the payroll of eugenicists worldwide. The Rockefeller Foundation, it's actually known that they funded experiments in the Holocaust by I.G. Farben. I.G. Farben, by the way, today is Bayer, so do not buy Bayer. And Bayer is now manufacturing birth control pills that are probably the result of the same experiments that were done not only on Jews, but on Jews mainly on Jews at the Auschwitz camp. Sorry, I'm getting carried away, but it's important to draw the line between old eugenics and new eugenics, because Israel is now basically an open camp. So imagine there are no fences and not anything like that, but Jews can't run away from Israel, because if you cross the border, you are basically in hostile territory. And I think the reason they declared Israel the laboratory is the same reason that they declared that they made Australia the open prison once again, because they know that we cannot run anywhere. So in my deleted video, I linked to Dr. Zelenko and Vera Sharav, and I will link them in the description again. And until then, I'm enjoying the beach here in Haifa, and then I return to Jerusalem in the evening. Please stay free and stay safe, and I don't know, take the red pill and not the black pill.